Hello, and welcome back to the Bloodlines SMP. First thing I do today is go into what must be Lime's portal based on the blocks and where it is, mostly because I want myself a brewing stand. This is gonna be helpful because it'll let me make some potions to help me hopefully live a bit longer. Though that does mean I'm gonna need to go into another fortress, which surely can't be dangerous at all. Fortunately, down the conveniently placed ladder, there is another fortress just right there, so at least I won't have to go looking. While here, I mine up into it because it's pretty high off the ground, but it's not too bad. I fight my first blaze, which is not too bad. It could be worse. And I also take one of the nether wart gardens for later use, because I am mostly here for potions, like I said. I find a blaze spawner, due to the amount of blazes, because it's, kinda behind a massive lava fall, and I end up eating a god apple to resist all the fire that's being thrown around. I guess while I have the fire resistance, I'll also block off the lava fall to make it easier for the future adventurers to not, die badly here. And also, it's easier to fight more blazes, because I still want more blaze rods. After getting 7 blaze rods though, I think I have enough, and I decide to head back. I was also getting kinda close for my fire resistance to start running out, and I didn't want that to happen while fighting blazes, because as you could probably imagine, that could go poorly. I go to the overworld, and I make myself a brewing stand. I grab some other materials, mostly glistering melons and those nether warts I also got, to make myself some healing potions, which should be good. However, with those, I think that's about enough done here at the spawn outpost. It's a nice place, but I want to build something bigger, and somewhere further away, because I don't want to intrude on anybody else's, outposts, I guess? So I think I'm going to go back out to that desert that we saw last episode, and build a house there. I grab my potions and all of what I think is valuable enough to relocate as I get ready to boat off back to the desert. And so, with all this stuff, I begin boating back over the suspicious ocean. And yes, I still don't trust the ocean. But after getting lost and a lot of wandering, I end up back at the tiny little desert village me and Mark found last episode. Inside of the desert village, I head to the middle and start setting up a basic base. Just setting down some chests and some workstations, just to make sure that everything's in order so that I can work out of here somewhat efficiently. With everything set up here, I start looking at the material list for the upcoming project. Though, as you can see, the material list is not exactly cheap. Though, since I'm right next to the Badlands, the orange terracotta at least shouldn't be too bad. So I grab myself some stone picks and decide to start mining some. But I'm not gonna show all that. Instead, I'm gonna go and talk about the other things that I was doing in the same period of time, and then at the end I'll show all the terracotta mining. I start growing bamboo for some basic wood, and that'll also be much more useful later, so I plant a ton of bamboo in a line so I can get more later. And then start making some workstations. Specifically, I make a workstation for a toolsmith, so I don't have to keep getting new pickaxes. I also get a Fletcher, since, as I said, the bamboo can be turned into sticks, and I'm gonna need a lot of emeralds if that's my main source of tools. With this stick trading in mind though, I also move my bamboo into some 8x8 squares to make harvesting it a little bit faster, and then harvest a ton of bamboo and purchase an expansive wealth of stone pickaxes, which I break all of. And of course, after breaking all those pickaxes, I harvest a ton more bamboo to purchase more pickaxes, and I also start trying to level up the toolsmith, so maybe he will sell me diamond pickaxes. And I end up buying a lot of diamond hoes just for him to end up selling diamond shovels first. And then I enter a pretty standardized gaming cycle. I harvest bamboo, make sticks, sell sticks, check to see if I have enough tools after selling those sticks. I don't, so I go back to harvest more bamboo, then I make sticks, sell more sticks, and then buy tools, and pretty much this, over and over again. But after buying a pretty substantial amount of tools I will probably never use, I unlock a trade for a Silk Touch diamond pickaxe, which I of course have to farm a ton more bamboo to afford. And then I break all my stone pickaxes and almost a diamond one too. And yeah. I still need more terracotta. And so now the new loop is go to the mine to mine terracotta with my diamond pick, break diamond pick, farm emeralds, buy more diamond pick, and then go back to the mine to get more terracotta. And yeah, it's mostly just that. The one good innovation that I do take is to use trapdoors to get into the crawling position so I don't have to keep mining the terracotta I don't need. And this should make my pickaxes last twice as long and still get just as much of the stuff I actually want as I would have otherwise. And after all that, I have about 3 double chests and then about 2/3 of another chest on top of that. And that is all of the orange terracotta that I need. Taking a bit of a break from material collection, I make a ton of beds for more villagers as I will eventually want more. I kill some iron golems because they surely can't hurt me and a bit of extra iron would be nice. And I make a weaponsmith to sell me swords so that I can, you know, not have to craft swords every time I want to collect bamboo. However, after this, I do still need to get a lot of materials for that project I'm going to be working on, and one of them is an absolutely absurd amount of deep slate. If you think that's a lot of orange terracotta, I need like way more than that in deep slate. Like 12 double chests worth. And so, I sail out with some chest boats to the spawn island to borrow from Lime and Red, though I do pay them with a half stack of cactus, so it's fine. And then I sail back home. I decide to collect some of the smaller resources before going for the deep slate, as I need so much of it, it's just gonna be so boring. So first up is 32 red sandstone stairs that, despite the name, are a nice orange block I can use in my builds. And I also position the schematic to where I think I want it to be. I head back to the terracotta mine to gather some gravel, as I will need it for the concrete powder. I also grab some stone while I'm here to trade with the mason, as some extra emeralds will never hurt. And I also harvest some oak trees from my little plantation for the chests I'm gonna need, as, you know, there's gonna be a lot of materials to put into boxes. I make sure to harvest the leaves too, as getting some more apples is good. With the mason nearby I can get a lot of gold, and the apples from this should help me get some more golden apples. Trying to level up a new toolsmith I hired, I also decide to kill some iron golems again. I hide in a house so that they can't get to me, and I come out, and he's a little bit